Welcome back to Wealth Mastery, where you can find inspiration to reach your financial goals. Today we are talking about the ways to stop or to at least avoid being lazy. Yes, we all deserve a day to laze around and take a much needed break or downtime, but there is such a thing as too much. While it is common to struggle to find the motivation to get things done, we might end up dealing with these moments every day, doubting ourselves in the long run. There are a lot of reasons why we tend to be lazy. It can come from no motivation, having an unclear direction, or feeling too overwhelmed. As a result, we tend to give up, succumbing to the latest season of a new Netflix show and regretting the lost time that we spent doing so. Fortunately, there are ways to stop that from happening. Here are 9 tips to help you avoid being lazy. Number 1, be kind to yourself. If ever you feel you have been too lazy, you might want to beat yourself up about it, hoping that this will be the motivation you need to start doing something with your life. Sometimes it can work, but most times this ends up with you feeling more like a failure and in the long run having even more guilt. As a result, you'll end up feeling all the more disappointed and therefore less motivated, which means, yes, procrastination. With all that guilt you feel, you'll end up thinking, what's the point of even bothering? That's why you shouldn't try to lower yourself down or punish yourself when you have your days off. It's much better to take on a more positive route and take a gentle nudge forward, perhaps refreshing some of the ideas in this video. Also, when failure does happen, and that's okay, it's inevitable, don't let it hold you back. Remember, those who are trying their best to get what they want would go out of their comfort zones and go through obstacles, failing now and then. This is part of life and definitely something that makes it worth living. See any setbacks as learning experiences, which can help you become kinder to yourself with constructive feedback. Ask what you learned from the situation and how your close loved ones could help or support you during these times. Then let your answers sink in and follow through with what you said. Number 2, start with just one small step. Sometimes, well maybe most of the time, the hardest part of the process is actually starting it. If you end up doing something grand at first, or at least plan to do something huge, then you're less likely to get out of bed to do it. Why? Because it seems so intimidating and too big of a goal to reach. And even if you were to go big, you may not be able to keep this consistent, which has you exhausted and back to where you started. Make the start of the process as easy as possible and work your way up. This can reduce your inner resistance and have you more motivated to take action, one small step at a time. Depending on your goal, start with taking any of these steps. If you want to lose weight and exercise more, start by running for only 5 minutes, for example, or taking a 10-minute walk daily. When reaching a financial goal, get to work and start with accomplishing the smaller tasks first, or starting with the first step one at a time. This is a habit you can practice daily with everything. Sure, it's a small step and may not mean a lot now, but imagine those minutes of your day spent doing something small will accumulate and grow into something big. And remember, you can dictate whether or not you're ready to go to the next level and take even bigger steps along the way. A few minutes of your day is way better than doing nothing to propel yourself forward towards the bigger goal. Number 3, do something important first. When you wake up in the morning, do something that truly matters to you. This is what can help you feel like you can enjoy the rest of the day completely and without feeling any guilt or looming pressure. Begin your day with important tasks, just like the tips in number 2. Take it easy and break down the important tasks into much smaller steps, focusing on the beginning. Get started right away so you can start the day with a more focused mindset that's inspired to keep that mojo running for the entire day. When you accomplish the first steps in a few minutes, you'll feel like you've achieved something great, which will keep you going, thinking that it's possible to get through the day and finish your duties and responsibilities. For instance, get started with your workload for the day instead of checking Facebook for 30 minutes. Not only will this send you down a cycle of checking social media, but that 30 minutes could have been put to work achieving your goals towards financial wealth. Number 4, have short breaks. While you should start your day right and get on with work throughout the day, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't have breaks. Put in small breaks as you do short yet focused bursts of work. One way to follow this tip is to perform 20 to 30 minutes of work without distraction. Plus, you'll end up feeling more energetic and motivated, providing better quality work performance. Do some push-ups, play a game, look out the window, or even go outside and soak up some sun. After a few days or weeks of doing this, you can work your way up to lengthen the time of work with the same 5 or 10 minute break. But as mentioned, go easy on yourself and take time on building your progress. If you can't stick to those time limits on your own, you can install a phone app specifically designed for your work and breaks, or even use a kitchen timer. Number 5, avoid temptations and switch off escape routes. I understand that doing 20 to 30 minutes of focused work may actually end up with you getting all the important work done. One way to help you stay focused and maybe even work for longer hours is to remove the things that lead to your procrastination. Ask yourself where you usually escape when you don't want to do work. For me, I admit I get very tempted to use social media a lot, ending up with work unfinished. That's why I was determined to stop picking my phone up for social media. I place it on silent mode and only check it during my breaks, only to see if I received any important messages. Then once I'm home, I can switch it back on and take a break, sort of like a reward. By destroying that escape route, I was able to avoid the temptation of constantly checking my social media. This helped me get a lot more work done in the long run. You can do the same thing if you have similar temptations and escape routes. Let's say you're always gaming and tend to spend more time in your games than working. If that's the case, place your controller as far away from you as possible when you're working. If you love using social media or browse through random websites, then install a computer blocker to keep you from using any of these other pages while you're on work-related activities. For those who can't stop watching their favorite television show or movie, then pull out the cords or remove the remote controller and place it at the other end of your house. Make your temptations and escape routes hard to reach, so you'll be more inclined to work and get things done. Then you can reward yourself with a short break or spend longer hours resting after getting everything done on time. Number 6, declutter your life. When you lead a cluttered and messy life, you tend to have too many things going on in your head, which leads to a decrease in focus on the important things. Everything will become overwhelming to the point you shut down and take the day off instead, lying lazily on your couch and using your phone or binge watching your favorite TV shows. It's fine to do this every now and again, but what happens if this turns into every day? That's why you need to begin uncluttering your private time and work hours. It's time to get organized and have a set schedule that you feel you can follow consistently. List down your daily duties and responsibilities. Then list down your top priorities in the original list. See the tasks you can minimize, eliminate, or even delegate to someone else. This can lessen the workload and pressure off you, and you can see the finish line a bit clearer when all your tasks are laid out. Number 7, surround yourself with positive people. The things and people you surround yourself with create a huge impact on your motivation. If ever you surround yourself with people who are a bit lazy in terms of work, you tend to adopt their mood and thinking and end up sympathizing with their lack of action. But when you are with more motivated people, maybe your family and friends, from books, the articles you read, the podcasts you listen to, then you'll see how they can easily influence your mood and thinking all for the better. Let the best things in and be with the people that have like-minded goals and ways of thinking. They can be your support system and help you keep going even if things seem bleak. Number 8, enjoy your rest days. This is supposed to be how to avoid being lazy, but we can't completely remove rest days and breaks from our lives. We deserve a rest day after a week filled with hard work and achievements. Plus, when we spend our time resting, we feel more relaxed and recharged, feeling motivated to face the next round of work and goals. Just avoid doing it too much, as this can also be quite frustrating if you feel like you aren't moving forward. It may also lead to stress and pressure over feeling like you're supposed to do something. That said, have a good balance between work and rest. Spend the weekend lazing around without thinking about work. A few minutes during your weekday to rest your eyes and let it be enough to energize you. Number 9, set rewards. We feel more motivated when there's a reward after such a stressful journey. Whenever you feel lazy, or better yet, achieve a goal, plan to reward yourself. It can be your favorite snack, a product you've been wanting, or a longer break. Whatever works for you and how you finish your goals at the desired time. But don't forget that it should be within budget and not to go overboard. You wouldn't reward yourself with a new car after finishing 5 minutes of work, for example. One way to reward yourself when you start tasks that are becoming more tedious is make them into a game. Create a scoring system or mini challenges as you tackle such tasks. Having a reward system when you reach a certain goal or achieve certain challenges. And there you have it, Wealth Mastery subscribers. Pave your way towards success with these tips in mind while keeping your eyes towards the finish line. But always remember to put yourself and your well-being first. From all of us here at Wealth Mastery, we wish you good luck. If you've stayed this far, then we hope you found these tips on how to avoid being lazy useful. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on the latest from Wealth Mastery. Again, good luck and see you soon.